This past Saturday, the Nevada Realtors Association, the Nevada Builders Association, and the Joint Chamber of Commerce sponsored an all-day seminar that I attended for people who are interested in running for political office. The very first thing that was said, they had two professionals from North Carolina who were consultants on elections, and the first thing that came out of their mouth, can you answer the question, why are you running? Or why do you want to be the X? They showed a video that I completely forgotten about that was filmed in 1980 with Ted Kennedy. It was an interview by Roger Mudd. Now keep in mind, 1980 was not one of the days when we had thousands of channels. So when Kennedy blew this interview, it was national news. And Roger Mudd asked Ted Kennedy the question. Remember, he was challenging Carter for the presidency for the Democratic nomination, and Mudd said, why do you want to be president? Now you would think if you're a candidate that has announced and you're sitting there on national TV, you would have prepared for an answer. 15 seconds went by, nothing out of his mouth. Then he stumbled and he mumbled and he goes, well, you know, the United States is a country with lots of raw materials and it's a great place, and he rambled and rambled and rambled. Political historians say that was the day he lost any chance of running against Carter. They were telling us at that meeting, you must have a 40-second sound bite. What does that sound like to you? Very good. There were 7 modules in this thing, this presentation, and some of them scared the living bejesus out of me. And there's a humorous story that I'll tell you. But one of the things that really truly interested me is social media. And they talked about how Barack Obama won the election with the power of social media. That he has over 300 people on his staff that do nothing but social media. How LinkedIn, how tweets, how Facebook, how YouTube, all of these things helped get Barack Obama into the White House. Is this something new to you about finding work? Have you not heard these things before? Or is this profound knowledge today? Yes, no, maybe so. Do I need to drop my drawers to get your attention? If I'm running for governor, he's got to turn that camera off. What I'm getting at is those things about finding a job or getting elected into a position, are they not the same tools? They're salesmanship. You have to sell yourself. Now the humorous story. I was sitting all the way up front, off to the side. It was kind of interesting that as these guys were talking, more and more they were looking at me. I don't know why, they kept looking at me when they were talking. And there were 3 or 4 already elected officials sitting in the room. Why they were there, I didn't realize until afterwards when they were sizing up the competition. That's why they were there. And this one gentleman who's an elected official comes up to me and goes, hey, so you're running for office? I go, I'm considering it. He goes, what, Department of Education, City Council? I go, no, Governor. This guy's he goes, well, you're going all the way for the big one, aren't you? I go, yes. Democrat, Republican, what are you? He says, independent. He goes, whoa. He goes, well, you know, it is one of the larger demographics in the state. 20% of all the Nevadans are independents. I go, no. He says 39% of all registered Americans are independents. It is the fastest growing electoral demographic in the state. And he just kind of looked at me. Oh, well, my name is, and he gave me his card. I screwed up. I gave him my card. I went home because I wasn't sure which party he was associated with, and it turns out he's a Republican, which If I turn out to be unemployed next week, you will know why. The key being is this. That soundbite that they were talking about, the fact that with social media is so important, the fact that you have to be prepared, that you have to talk to the people to give them the message, either A, that you're proposing, or B, they want, you've got to go one way or the other, then that's how you get the vote. Isn't that the same story about getting the job? So be prepared for it, okay? That's what you got to do.